Do you have a foreign passport, a passport from your home country? Well, if you do, then you might be able to open a US bank account. Stay here and I'll tell you how. So first thing, there's multiple different options for opening up bank accounts. The biggest and easiest option is to go to the US in person. Now don't get discouraged if the bank says no. You can go to different branches, go to Chase, go to Bank of America, go to Citibank, go to Wells Fargo. If they say no, go to another Chase branch. But the second option and the easier option is to open a US LLC. If you're from outside the US and you're providing all your services from outside the US because you live outside the US, you can actually have an LLC and a US bank account and pay zero income taxes. I've been helping my clients do this with the zero tax expansion plan for over 4 years now. I've been in public accounting longer, but I've been doing this for over 4 years and we've never had an issue. We've worked with the IRS. They've confirmed this is legal, 100% legal, 100% legit, and I'd love to help you. Having a US bank account is an amazing way to grow your business and it's an amazing way to get more clients in the US. So try it out. All you need is a foreign passport and you're good to go. Here's what you need to open a physical bank account inside the United States when you're traveling here with your LLC as a foreign person. So if you're a foreign person, you know you can have this LLC and pay no income taxes. When you travel to the US, you can open a business bank account and a personal bank account, and I'll tell you what you need. First, you need the articles of organization of your company. You get that from the state. You need the EIN letter. You generally will need an operating agreement. You'll generally need proof of address from your home country. Sometimes you need proof of address from inside the US. It can be something more simple. It can be like a phone bill. You need a US phone number and you need to talk to the right banker, because there's a lot of bankers that are not very helpful at all and there's bankers that are helpful. We work with certain bankers that know how to do this. And notice I didn't say you need an ITIN or a social security number. You do not need that to open a personal or a business account. Some bankers will say you will, but if you do that, you didn't follow step 7. You don't have the right banker. Contact us if you need help opening a bank account in the US or doing any kind of US compliance with your foreign owned LLC. We don't want you to pay taxes. We want you to have all the tools available. If you're a non-resident and you have no SSN and you want to build credit and get credit cards, I'm going to give you a quick 4-step guide to doing it. Number 1, you need a ITIN number. This is a individual taxpayer identification number. It's similar to a social security number, and you get this by filing a W-7 with the IRS. It takes a while to get, but you need this to track your credit. Number 2, you need a US address, a residential address. It could be a cousin, it could be a friend, but you need some kind of proof of address so you can get the accounts open. Number 3, you open secured accounts first. You want to open bank accounts with banks that require you to make a deposit and then you use credit against those, and you got to pay on time. And you need a personal bank account as well. With the ITIN and the proof of address, you can do that on some banks online, but otherwise they want you to go in person if possible. Number 4 is you need to make all your payments on time. You need to pay your credit cards on time every month and open more cards, pay them all, and you will be building your credit history slowly but surely. Bonus, check novacredit.com. You can use your home credit score. Want to know how my client just got an unsecured credit card at Bank of America one day after getting to the US? Well, I'll tell you, this guy is not a US person. He has a business in the US and he went to Bank of America and opened a business bank account. He deposited $5,000 on the first day that he opened the account and then came back 24 hours later to apply for a credit card. This was a secret trick that the banker told him that would work, and he was able to get a credit card approved despite having just an ITIN and being a non-US person, and he only really needed 2 days at the bank to get it done. So if you are trying to open a credit card at Bank of America, fly in, deposit $5,000 to your account, come back 24 hours later and apply for a credit card, and it's very likely it will work. It's a loophole, maybe they fixed it, but if you're coming to the US anyways and you have $5,000 and you want a credit card, try it out. Send it to your friends if you think they would benefit from this, and then comment below if you tried this and it didn't work. I had a client tell me it worked for him, so I'm just sharing the info. Banks are changing how they open accounts for non-residents. The biggest change is that they're not allowing you to use commercial mailing addresses. So if you open your company with a business like LegalZoom, who opens thousands and thousands of companies a year, it's possible that the address that you use to open the bank account isn't going to work. It's possible that you need to get a different address, and if you don't get that second private address before registering the LLC, you're either going to have to file papers to change the address of the LLC, or you're going to have to just open another LLC altogether. I'd love to help you avoid this by registering the right kind of business the right way for you. Comment below if you have questions about this and I'd love to help. Here are the best and the worst banks that you can use as a non-US resident entrepreneur. Now, some of the best banks are the fintech banks that we all talk about. If you can get an account open at Relay Financial or at Mercury, those are really great banks banks, really easy to use. Another great bank I really like is Chase, JP Morgan Chase. We started working with US Bank, they've been great, and there's other banks like Valley National and Pacific National and other smaller banks that we started working with as well, and we're having a really good experience with them. Now, some of the worst banks that I don't like are Wells Fargo's been super difficult to work with. They don't open accounts for people, and then they close the accounts really quickly. Wise is another one. While really great and really useful, it's just not as easy as it was before. They're closing more and more accounts, and they don't have debit cards for you, and they don't let you open new US dollar accounts anymore. So I'm trying to avoid Wise, and we generally are switching more towards AirWallex. So if you need help setting up these kinds of bank accounts, having the right proof of address, the right documentation, and getting introductions to these banks so you can get the accounts open, you can definitely DM me and schedule a call with me and the team. We'll be happy to help you out.